We need to pull some Holdo maneuvers.
This is where the fun begins.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Holdover Maneuver podcast. I'm Mike.
I'm Marc. Did you say the holdover? Did we get rebuilt as well?
No, I don't know why I said that.
Paul Giamatti is joining us today.
Yeah, that'd be a treat. But this is the Holdo Maneuver podcast, not the Holdover Maneuver podcast. And I'm still Mike. I got that right.
Yeah, Jedi Mike. I'm Marc, as per usual. As per awkward. But yeah.
As per awkward. I don't know. What I did was pretty awkward.
Yeah. That's it.
So getting into it, I got a doozy of a question for you.
Oh yeah? That's it.
Why is Yoda so bad at geometry?
I have no idea.
Because there are no triangles. There's only do angles and do not angles. Terrible. Simply terrible.
Like it was so bad that you even wanted to like
Flubbed
course correct and like try to like
make it better
while telling it. Yeah.
My brain was like, no, don't say it.
Yeah, and then so this is episode 80 of the Holdo Maneuver. And then, I think still our highest viewed episode is the Lego Star Wars Scarif Beach Party. So, if that's anything...
Which, ironically enough, when I was watching this, after part 4 finished, it started playing that, and I was like, but Weird Al's in this too? It's like, oh wait. Wrong thing.
It's a Scarif Beach Party. But, yeah, I mean, now, I was saying this before we started recording, it's like, I had originally thought this special, well, I guess not a special, I thought it was a special, like Terrifying Tales or like some of the other ones they've done where they're just kind of, like one-off, like Lego Star Wars movies, or I guess like short features or whatever, but this is, I guess, a mini-series, because there's four parts, 4 episodes for it, and then, spoiler alert, it seems like maybe there's going to be more, too.
And I hope there is, because this was so fun and so good. Oh my God, I wish more Star Wars was like this.
I appreciated how self-deprecating it was, too.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, you are now in on the jokes that other people are telling about things.
In my brain, anytime I'm like thinking of like I watched something in Star Wars, like, yeah, that was really good. But what if it was funnier? Like sometimes Star Wars just tends to insist upon itself. It's just like we got to be broody and moody and dark because it's Star Wars. And it's like, just have fun. I'm sure people had fun during these times.
It's true. Although, well, so for the official description, synopsis, whatever, for this one, it was, in Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy, the entire Star Wars galaxy gets completely mixed up when an ordinary nerf-herder, Sig Greebling, voiced by Gaten Mazzarato, people may recognize that voice as Dustin from Stranger Things, unearths a powerful artifact called the Cornerstone from a hidden Jedi temple. He finds himself thrust into adventure in a new, wondrously wild and twisted version, say that 5 times fast, of the galaxy where good guys are bad, bad guys are good, and the fate of all depends on Sig becoming the hero who can put all the pieces back together. And then, so this was written by Dan Hernandez and Benji Samit, who were also the specials, showrunners and executive producers, Lucasfilm, blah, 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 blah. Other producers also included Mark Hamill was one of them on there too, but because he also came back as Mr. Luke Skywalker himself. But yeah.
Which was great to see him. It's just
Yeah.
shirtless dude who's just
Oh yeah, like yeah.
pod
I
racing
mean that
champion of the world.
that was Scarif Beach Party Luke basically. But yeah, and I
That
liked
was hilarious.
the little detail of the necklace he was wearing was the necklace that Anakin made for Padme. It's that little like sigil like one there. But yeah, Gaten Matsumoto was Sig. Tony Revolori, people may recognize him as Flash from the Tom Holland MCU Spider-Man films, the Grand Budapest Hotel, and other films like that. And then he was Dev / Darth Devastator. We had Bobby Moynihan as Jedi Bob, but don't call him Jedi Bob. Marcy Martin as Yessi Scala.
Missed opportunity. Could have been Kevin Smith. Because he
Jedi
always was
Silent
Jedi Bob.
That's true.
Yeah.
Michael Cusack as Servo. Ahmed Best also returned as Darth Jar Jar. And then, like we said, Mark Hamill came back as Luke Skywalker. But yeah.
Which is good to see Ahmed Best back again. Because Jar Jar gets a bad rap. Even though I do believe the Gungans were not needed in Phantom Menace.
Well, he was the Phantom Menace the entire time. That's what he said.
It's true.
People go back and watch our Phantom Menace episode with Lawrence and Aaron. Lawrence talked about his whole Darth Jar Jar theory back in that episode. Here he is, Darth Jar Jar on screen. He manifested it. It became real. Darth Jar Jar is real. Now Darth Jar Jar now has a Wikipedia page. Yeah, like I guess I mean you already kind of said it too, but like overall, like what did you think of like some of the stuff they flipped on its head or ships?
There was so much that I love the dark Falcon or whatever they called it. That was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, like just the black and red. I think, and I believe that is because Lego is a Lego set that you can go and purchase.
Of course, advertising.
The best thing about these specials is that you then can get the Lego that you watched in the special.
Yeah, the Dark Falcon was great. I love Luke pod racing on.
With Anakin.
What would you call it? Like beach paradise Tatooine now.
Oh yeah, I liked that because it was. Although at least according to Book of Boba Fett, that is what Tatooine used to be like. So.
Yeah.
And I liked also, speaking of Book of Boba Fett, that as Sig is telling basically the entire story of the Skywalker saga at the beginning.
The many books of Boba Fett or whatever
he's like, maybe we get into the many books of Boba Fett? And they're like, no, that's okay. So yeah, like we said, and like even when they were going, like when he was telling the story, I thought that was fun too, like with like how they were and like just going through like you see little kid Anakin switch into like Hayden Christensen Anakin, and then the arm pops off, and then the Vader suit goes on, and then he's like,
and white Darth Vader, that suit.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. Seeing that contrast to the black, it was like he looks more menacing now.
I'm pretty sure that's in the comics too. There's like a white.
I've seen people at Comic-Con dressed like it and pictures like that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's something that's been around, but there's I saw one that was white Darth Vader and he had like red from the mask. That was kind of wasn't in this, but I've seen that floating around too.
Okay. And what was kind of cool is the idea of like the Force Builder thing too, because if anyone's ever played the Lego Star Wars games, that's essentially what you're doing in those games is like using the Force to rebuild stuff in Lego. So basically, anytime you've played a Lego Star Wars game, you've been a Force Builder those entire times.
There you go.
But that's how it works.
I wish I was a Force Builder. My fingers wouldn't hurt so much afterwards.
But yeah, so for like the characters, we had Sig and Dev. So they were brothers with opposing.
And they're nerf herders. Is this the first time you see a nerf in Star Wars?
I mean, I I want to say in because you haven't seen it in Rebels.
There's nerfs.
I think I think if I'm remembering correctly, I think there was an episode with nerfs that were being heard.
Either way. Oh, this is non-canon. Come on. According to Wikipedia, it's non-canon.
Well, I mean, if it was canon, at least according to the rules that they set at the end of this, that'd be a hell of a way to get rid of everything that came before it. Be like, surprise, all this is new now. And speaking of that, like when the Jedi Bob kind of tells the backstory to like how he came to what we recognize as the Skywalker saga version of the galaxy, and they showed his galaxy that was before that and how it was like, very primitive looking stop motion Lego sets with like the all yellow Lego minifigs.
Right.
I thought that was like a fun, like kind of like nice touch to that there too.
I guess we saw nerfs in Young Jedi Adventures.
Oh, well, yeah, speaking of that, we had Darth what the hell is his name? Bebo? No, not Bebo. Bebo is from Legends of Tomorrow, but that's who I always think of as the blue, big-haired dude. You know what I'm talking? No, that's the squid-looking guy. He had like the big like mouse ears, but he was like blue and scruffy.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember who it is.
Because he's on the Young Jedi Adventures.
Gotcha.
Which also, another thing that happened with like rebuilding the galaxy was, I guess, played around with time too, because like how some of these characters are like intermixed with, seemingly is meant to happen. Like apparently many years post Rise of Skywalker, but because like it's that character.
Yeah, Darth Ray.
Yeah, because he had Darth Ray, but then he had like a Maul in there, but it was like a
just Maul.
Like wearing like
Cabana wear.
Yeah, like like Donald Glover.
Right.
Lando gear. Oh, Nubs.
Oh,
that's what his name is.
Lando the Mando. That was awesome.
The Landalorian. I thought maybe they would have done something different with Grogu though. There, it just seems like it's just like a douchey Grogu.
There you go. He's kind of douchey now. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
He's just he gets away with it.
That's true. Yeah, that should be because I thought at first it was gonna be like, I was like, I wonder if we're gonna see like Din Djarin or something in here at all. So maybe, I guess maybe we still could, but it's just possible. Like Din doing something else. We didn't see Chewie because Greedo effectively, well, I guess Han technically effectively took the role of Chewie, and then Greedo took the role of Han. And I liked that whole joke there too. He's like, because he shot his shot first. I was like, I see what you guys did there. Very nice.
They just had fun with this, and it was such a delight. Because Acolyte was great, but the negative debate about it and all the negative crap about it was just like such a downer. Yeah. And for this to be the next thing we basically talk about, it was just like so great. Such a great pivot.
Although I'm also sure if you dig deep enough into the Star Wars.
Oh, I'm sure there's so much hate on this. Yeah.
They're like, oh, what the hell is this?
It's just not as mainstream as
It's kind of a bummer though, is with Leia ending up with Greedo, is that they didn't get to do anything with Kylo. Kylo just Ben Solo does not exist.
He's fading away, like in the picture,
erased from existence. Which could have been funny because then they could have just had Matt, the radar technician. Yeah. Well, you did see that in the backstory when they were talking about it. Just him walking around shirtless. And Rey is somehow a Skywalker now. They were like, It's like, we know all the jokes you guys tell online. We're just gonna write it right here into the beginning of the episode.
Thanks for writing all this for us.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
it was it was just so light and fun. I want more of this in Star Wars.
Yeah.
All the time.
Is Yessie a new character too? Because I know Sig and Dev are, but I couldn't tell if Yessie had been like a character that showed up somewhere
I
else.
couldn't figure that out either. Let's
Okay.
see.
But yeah, I know in this.
Yep,
Like,
she's first appearances in this.
Okay, yeah. So she's Dev's girlfriend in the original universe, and then when it's rebuilt, she kind of ends up with Sig, or there's like opportunity for that to happen. And then Servo was basically like their loyal Gonk droid who gains.
Speaking
a
of
voice.
that,
Yeah.
when they're doing the helmet intro, like I usually just like look away and I'll say,
you didn't skip through it. Yeah, because and then he does something different in each of the four openings. He's like, "Oh, Lego Star Wars." He's like reading it to you.
It was just like it was like I'm sitting there and I think I was watching it on the plane, maybe in the hotel when I first started watching it. So I was like tired. And I'm just like, okay, I got like 10 seconds here of this intro. Then I just hear a bang. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, that's pretty great. Servo's good. Yeah, and then so the plot setup was that basically like an Ion Storm and brothers stumble into a ancient Jedi temple on Vanessa. I kept thinking they were saying Vanessa. I was like, what a weird ass name! What a weird ass name for a planet. You named a planet Vanessa. I'm sure Kingpin would love that. Vanessa.
I mean, they had unknown planet. And, like,
it's true. Maybe that was
or
Vanessa.
unnamed.
Vanessa.
Maybe it could have been.
Yeah, rabbit.
All those nerfs.
Yeah. So this sparks like the central adventure, and then Dev's impulsive act of removing the Cornerstone leads to a galaxy-wide chaos, altering the characters' locations and the histories. So now, man, there was just like there's so much stuff that happened in it, like you said, just from like between that first to the last episode. Thought it was interesting, like the whole Force Builder concept with that, like Jedi Bob like brings up to Sig, like his Force Builder abilities, reflecting kind of like that, because he had to work that into like a Lego thing. But yeah,
right.
his full name is Jedi Master Bobarian Afol, so don't call him Bob. But
and he's not old either.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not old. But I like that. It's like yet another voice now Bobby Moynihan has done within like the Star Wars universe, outside of doing like the Star Wars sketches on SNL.
He's been on George Lucas talk show.
Yeah, or those like that one time I was standing like 5 feet away from him at the Getting Lost premiere. Oh, jeez, that was a month ago. Jeez, at the time of us recording this. Yeah, so good. I really enjoyed this a lot. Like you
I
were
was
saying too.
Blown away at how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Same with Scare Beach Party.
Beach Party. Yeah, well, because I mean that's the thing about like the Lego video games, and then like all of these is that like they work in like that Lego Star Wars kind of style of humor into it. It is usually kind of self-deprecating to Star Wars, which I don't know if we'll ever get it, but that also feels like if we ever do get the Seth Green show Star Wars Detours that like had been made and like finished before Disney bought Lucasfilm from George Lucas, that would be like in that same vein. So
yeah,
hopefully maybe eventually we'll see that someday. I know that there's definitely obvious people that have seen that. I think he even talked about it in the documentary that we watched, that we had Patrick Kottmar on a few months ago with the I'm George Lucas. But yeah, like so I mean they even had like I remember the scene I liked in here a lot too is like when they go meet the Jedi, which seems like it's on Canto Bight, I think, because it's like some planet. It looked like Canto Bight, but it's basically a desert now instead of like the lush planet that it was beforehand. But I liked all the the Jedi there that were, so like you pointed out, like Vader.
Unlimited power.
I was like, what's the story in this universe then that still made him Vader?
Darth.
Well, no, they just called him Vader, but like,
Right,
like,
what made him that character? Like,
yeah,
wear the
so
suit
that he was
and
had
all
to wear
that.
the suit, and he wasn't just like Anakin. Still, like, what happened? And then because you had Sheev, full head of hair, which and still kind of like pissed off at stuff, but a Jedi. So that was interesting to see. Him as a
Oh,
Jedi.
one of the funniest things was angry, in your face fighting C-3PO.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
Well,
that made
yeah,
me
because
laugh so hard.
3PO was a bounty hunter,
Yeah.
which I thought was funny. Yeah. Well, because I remember the trailers for this. Like, he had the red eyes, and I remember that from Rise of Skywalker. So I was like, oh, is he just going to be like, the bad 3PO?
Right.
Which kind
He
of
was.
is. Yeah.
But he was just like, I'm gonna kick your ass, C-3PO.
Yeah. He's like 3PO that doesn't take shit.
Right. I was.
Which I think
Great.
would have been funny if we had saw R2. Because then it could have been like R2 would have been the inverse where he was like the 3PO. Like, basically R2 and 3PO just kind of swap, but because 3PO can
in this it's
speak
like
basic.
Yeah, in this I imagine 3PO saying, well, R2's beeping. So we finally know R2's inner monologue there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would have been funny if it was just R2 straight up. But R2's still beeping, but it's because R2's like just swearing all the time.
Right.
That'd be funny.
And you had Jedi Ewoks.
Yeah. Oh, well, and then the Ewoks like with like space craft.
Space traveling Ewoks. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Which,
I think.
Speaking of the Ewoks, I liked that little like inside baseball joke there at the beginning too, when he was retelling the story of like Jedi, Return of the Jedi, and he got the Ewoks and Wookiees mixed up because it was supposed to be Wookiees originally,
Right.
in Return of the Jedi, and then Lucas ended up changing it to the Ewoks. So I was like, I liked that little like, hey guys, remember if you know this is a fun thing for you, but. And then, like Sig wanted to hug him. He's like, I just want to hug him. It's not creepy. I just want to pet an Ewok.
Yeah, that's you make a good point with that. How did Anakin end up in the Vader suit in this timeline?
And then is Padme still dead then, I guess?
Yeah.
Because Luke and Leia are still separated. None of them knew.
Right.
This is essentially Star Wars What If. More or less,
right?
In a way, yeah. Because they had like those little.
Who's to say maybe Padme was under the white helmet?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, because they had the thing with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan at the beginning, like when they were like going through that stuff, and then, because we don't know. I don't know. Who's to say? But I liked that we had like Jedi Count Dooku still, so he never fell. He had Jedi Cad Bane, which was funny.
Yep.
What the hell is his name? From Empire, the dude with the thing on his head.
Not remembering his name.
It was the figure that, like, speaking of Tony Revolori, but it's like the figure that Peter Parker doesn't want to sell in Far From Home. Oh my god, he's the dude running around with the ice cream maker in that.
Right.
Lobot? Is it Lobot?
Okay.
It was like Jedi Lobot or something. But and then obviously Jedi Jabba, because that was kind of fun to see a slug as a Jedi.
Jedi. I mean, technically anyone could be a Jedi if they're...
Yeah. Well, because we've never seen any of the Hutts as Jedi, because why would they be?
Because they don't move very well.
Yeah. I did like that Yoda was still a good guy. That was interesting. And there's like a good guy, Grievous, but like Grievous was like very pissed off at at Yessi for them getting captured.
Oh, Darth Jawa. That's what I was thinking of, not Ewok.
Oh, okay. But yeah, like the other thing there though too was that, what was it? Was it? Oh, man, it was so there's Grievous there, but who the hell else was there? Oh, like when they were in that prison, they were all wearing like the prison garb that they had on in Andor.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked that little like bit of, you know, set dressing for that, which I thought was pretty great. There were some people in that scene that I didn't recognize though, because like one of them just kind of looked like a female Anakin. Like I don't know who, or no,
Right.
you know who that was probably supposed to be is Phasma. Just because I know what she looked like on Game of Thrones, because that lady, the Gwendolyn Christie, yeah, Gwendolyn Christie. That name sounds like Agatha Christie.
Agatha Christie.
Yeah, but I think is it Gwendolyn Christie? I don't know.
I'm trying to skim through it so I can get to the scene where they have all the Jedi.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I mean, like in the space battle too. So you had like Leia's rebel forces, Jedi Palpatine's crew. That's a weird sentence, Jedi Palpatine, and a rogue band of Ewoks and mercenaries. Yeah, so like you had all these other. I think there's a Jedi Bosk in that scene too.
Jedi IG-88.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then also when they went to the cantina. Oh, speaking of the cantina, like when they were talking about the model notes earlier, it's like I'm not really a big fan of model notes. Yeah, it's like they only have like one good song.
It's a great song.
And I'm sure if it wasn't Lego, they probably would have made a joke about the genre. Too.
Yeah.
They can't really do that, I don't think, because I mean, you can only do
Jedi.
so much.
Jedi Janna? Was that who you're talking about?
Jedi Janna? Maybe. I don't know.
What about the sand crawler with the AT-AT
like the
legs?
AT-AT feet? That was interesting. There was some stuff that was in the trailers for this that wasn't in like the actual thing, too, which was kind of interesting. Like I liked the middle of the X-wings and the TIE fighters being like inversed,
right? Swapped,
and then basically the Super Star Destroyer basically being being called to the separator, like the orange piece that you get with your Lego sets. That's basically what the like that Star Destroyer looked like.
I still have that thing.
Yeah, they're effective to have. But like, and this was animated really well too, because I liked there's like really great action scenes with it, like the whole like scene, like the lightsaber scene between Sig and Dev, like with him doing like the force building with like platform stuff around him and making walls and stuff and throwing them. And then just like the glass blowing up in kind of slow motion, like in the shots they did, like with that looked really great, and I thought was amazing. But so, like the other, we kind of talked about it too, but like they end up burying that Cornerstone back in the Force Builder Temple that I think it's supposed to be Dagobah, which is basically that cave that we all know of from Dagobah. But then, so, like, Yessi, he, and Jedi Bob, like, all set off to complete his Force Builder training on Alistan Nor, while Darth Rey and Darth Rose Tico enlist the Landalorian and Grogu to hunt him down.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's
just so good. It was so good.
Well, what's nice about that too is like it's like reclaiming certain characters that they know people are kind of douchebags about, like, you know, effectively like making like Rose Tico like a Sith, because F the people that gave Kelly Marie Tran like shit. during that time too. But and I mean, you know, you got Darth Rey actually being like canon, not just like a vision that Rey had. She even had like the same like lightsaber where it like started as two and like flipped out to be the.
Mm-hmm.
But what did you think of that? Like, what do you think they would do for like a season 2 of this?
I get my gut would say that the Landalorian there hunts down Sig to go get the Cornerstone,
Yeah.
or that would be the plot, is retrieving the Cornerstone for money.
Yeah.
And then you'll get more inverse Mandalorian things, that jokes from the Mandalorian, jokes from Andor, stuff like that, like the series. But anyway, it's called Rebuilding the Galaxy, so maybe they rebuild Alderaan. Maybe they rebuild something like the Death Star. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it'd be interesting if ultimately, like, even though Jedi Bob thinks that you can't, like, rebuild the version of the galaxy before you did your shit, that maybe that ends up being what you can actually do by the end of, like, how the story resolves. And then, but doing that means, like, he has to go back to, like, his original, like, somehow they figure out a way where, like, all of them can exist, and then maybe they have to make a choice, like, do we stay here now? Do we go back to our original versions of our split galaxy? So now, like, there's a Star Wars multiverse. I did like how he's like, maybe I'll tell you about, oh, that was the thing too, like, when he did the Book of Boba Fett things, maybe I'll tell you about Grand Admiral Thrawn. Yeah, I'll tell you about some of these other things.
One thing.
Oh, then there's Star Tours joke too. It's like, shit.
I didn't catch the Star Tours joke.
Oh yeah, Han says at one point, he's like, I've had smoother landings on Star Tours.
No, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's like they even worked a Star Tours reference in there, so it's like it's got it all. It's got Andor, it's got Skywalker Saga, it's got
all over the place.
Boba Fett, it's got Thrawn,
trilogy sequel, it's got the prequels, it's got the
it's got the High Republic too, with Nubs in there.
Yep.
So that's what I was saying about, like, the time distortion though with it though too, because like you have like characters from like 900 years ago to, you know, like characters that should be like 70 plus years older than one another in different times and spaces in this. So I also think it'd be interesting, like in that, like that next one, maybe you get like a Darth Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that would be like a version that we hadn't seen before. Just be interesting to see like how they do. I mean,
what would the opposite of a Mandalorian be? Like, what would Bo-Katan be? What would Din Djarin be?
Jedi? Because like, I don't know, because the Mandalorians didn't like Jedi.
Right.
But, yeah, that would be interesting.
One thing I noticed, why didn't Daisy Ridley voice Darth Rey? Wonder why.
She didn't want to.
Probably no time.
Yeah, she's too busy filming her Rey movie. Or, getting prepped for it. Or filming the Woman in the Sea for Disney Plus.
Well, true.
But I mean, I think that's the voice actress that's done the voice for Rey in the past few Lego specials. And like, cause it's interesting too, like what characters they decided to have show up and like which ones they didn't. Because then I'm assuming whichever ones they didn't will just show up, maybe like in like the next part of this, like a part of what I guess would effectively be part 5, 6, 7, 8. They do like a,
unless they do the Star Wars convention and release something, like try to go before it somehow, before 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh yeah, yeah, that'd be funny. Be like, oh, or just like really f it up and just like skip to 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, so skip the middle part.
But like, what happened? Did you? Oh, well, you guys didn't see that part yet. That's gonna get released last. The middle part gets released last this time.
If that happens, it was announced here. We take credit for it.
It's true. We do. It was our idea. But
Maybe they'll work in Spaceballs.
they could. Star Trek, maybe.
Darth Helmet. What'd you think of the Akbar troopers?
Oh, oh, well, I even liked that joke too. It's like whenever they were like, "It's a trap, it's a trap," and he's like, "The Clone Wars have been gone for a while, and they weren't you, and I think you're dead." Because he's like, well, because I don't, because there's a Mon Calamari in I think either The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi, but I don't think it's supposed to be Akbar, like Admiral Akbar.
Right.
I think it's just another Mon Calamari. But yeah, I don't know. I really liked how like self-deprecating it was in different points in time, but like it was like tongue in cheek. Like it wasn't making fun of it, but it was just kind of like we are also in on the joke. We are laughing with you, not like
we acknowledge that this exists.
Yeah.
So
but yeah.
I also liked how Luke cheats at pod racing when he's in second place.
Oh, he's like, I wasn't cheating. I was able to do it all by myself. Oh, and then like when I liked his land speeder, but as like a spacecraft, it just had the big, like bubble cover top to it. And they had the joke that came back where he's like, that's Luke's money. You can't use that. But then at the end, he hired all the bounty hunters. He's like, Luke's money is your money, and then Vader's like, that's my boy.
I guess it wouldn't be Padme then. No, it still could be.
Yeah, I mean, it would effectively have to be Padme for them to be Luke and Leia.
Right.
For them to be the same people. Maybe genetics worked differently in a galaxy far, far away a long time ago.
It's possible.
Yeah. Who's to say? Maybe she didn't die of a broken heart in that version. Maybe she died of a filled heart.
A filled heart. She was so overjoyed.
Yeah, she was so in love with Anakin that she's like, my heart can't handle it. And it just...
Maybe Anakin had the heart attack.
Yeah, maybe that's why he's in the suit there. It'd be interesting. But like, oh well, yeah, because he does say that's my... Well, no.
She could say that's my boy. I don't know why I thought only a guy could say that's my boy.
Yeah. You're just thinking of the Adam Sandler movie. With Andy Sandler.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. That movie's so bad. Oh, Adam Sandler. Everyone could watch you flush a toilet for 2 hours and you'd make $1 billion.
It's called Grown Ups, too.
No, it's called whatever that Western
Jack and
movie
Jill.
he made was.
The Ridiculous Six? Ridiculous Six?
Or Jack and Jill, or Hubie Halloween.
Hey, Hubie Halloween was alright. But that was just because my standards were set so low at that point. But... yeah. Anyways. Yeah. I don't really have anything else to say about it other than if people haven't watched yet,
watch this. It's so good. It's so worth it.
It's a nice fun. It's 2 hours at most. You can break it up to because it's.
It is broken up.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying you can either do the binge model that Mike likes to do, and watch all 4, or you can be like, hey, I'm gonna watch one today, watch one tomorrow.
There you go.
Or what you can do is you can watch 2. You watch then you go watch a Michael Keaton movie with Mila Kunis in it, and then you come back and watch the other 2 parts after.
This one? No, this one.
Yeah, you're trying to do... Yeah, my stuff doesn't do that. You gotta do the 2 thumbs downs.
Make it rain?
Yeah, make it rain. Or not.
Not in a good way?
I don't get how 2 thumbs down is making it rain. And
I don't know.
like my computer just doesn't like doing it, so I just look stupid when I've tried updating it, it won't do it.
You can do this.
Yep, won't do it.
I forget how to make it do balloons.
I don't remember how you do balloons either. I thought maybe it's two thumbs up.
No, that's fireworks.
So
I thought that's what this was, but that's why I was trying to do one.
yeah, I don't remember. Maybe, is it this, or does that just make like Wakanda show up behind you?
Good.
Just a portal opens up. But yeah, if so, I think that'll then do it then for this episode. So for us, if you can find Holdo Maneuver on holdopod.com. What was it? Oh, the peace sign. Okay.
Then double
How's that
peace sign and
balloons?
something.
How is peace sign balloons?
How is this?
Yeah,
Come
just
on,
Richard
confetti.
Nixon. Yeah, Richard Nixon shows up behind you. You do that. I am not a crook. just do the confetti for me. But yeah, holdopod.com, holdomaneuver.com for those who can spell. Holdopod is also our handle on all the places. But yeah,
I can't spell.
yeah, you do what you're allowed to. But as always, we're grateful to Sig for creating this Star Wars universe.
I don't even know what it is, because C-3PO doesn't say, "Oh dear, thank the maker." He probably say, "Let me kick your ass" or something.
He'd be like, "Screw the maker."
Because that is C-3PO in this universe. Badass.
Yeah. So, I guess 3PO would say, "Screw the maker," but on
I'm
that
the
note,
maker.
yeah, there you go. Instead of "I am the Senate," I am the maker.
Unlimited power.
Yeah, we're supposed to have unlimited power. All right, bye everybody.
No. Bye, everyone.
Go watch it. Go watch it right now.
Yeah, watch it right now.